Ben Shapiro, the conservative political commentator that's been around for many years at this point, gets caught on a hot mic.
We are indeed done here today. I have an appointment I got to get to. Thank you, guys. It's great to see you, and I will see you here next time. One thing on that episode, I said pansexualism is weird. Can we just cut that?
I can ask.
That'd be great.
Before it's reposted?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could,
It's like a 10-second bit. It's about halfway through. It's just I'm pansexual. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, you like everything? Like,
yeah,
like...
You want to get rid of that.
Yeah, it's just, like, it's nothing, but
so
don't
when
make it something.
When you
I mean, it is weird that you are attracted to every single thing.
Yeah.
Wait, when
no
you finish...
taste at all.
I thought that was a funny bit.
It is a funny bit, but that's why I'll get boycotted.
Alright, so this is an interesting clip here. So this is in reference to the whole Demi Lovato thing being pansexual, and he was making a joke about it, just saying it's just crazy how she's attracted to everything, and he wants that entire section cut out. He wants it cut out, presumably because he's worried about losing a sponsor or something like that, but he doesn't want to get boycotted, is what he says in there. So, my take on this is quite simple. And I've talked about this on my earlier shows as well. Ben Shapiro, along with pretty much everybody, except I think Michael Knowles at the Daily Wire, and there's other people out there that are like this, are the conservative elites. They themselves view everyone as lesser than them. And that's the thing, is that they don't really stand up for many of the things that you would expect for people to talk about. I mean, we talk about politicians being rhinos all the time, but we never look to people that are in our current, commentary scene as being rhinos either. These people that don't have a backbone to talk about anything. I mean, let's take a second here to go down a little bit of memory lane with Shapiro. I mean, he's never really been a Trump supporter. Yet people didn't care. I mean, they were willing to literally hang any other conservative commentator out to dry if they didn't get behind Trump at some point. But he's still not behind him now, and he wasn't then. And yet people still, in droves, go crazy over this guy. He also was one of the people, like I've mentioned before, that is and has attacked other conservatives or has done it in a very, just a disrespectful way. So Elijah Schaffer and him were going back and forth on Twitter a while back, where Elijah Schaffer was talking about the transmission rates of COVID-19, basically saying that 95% of people that get COVID-19 aren't going to die anyways, and those 5% are like, they're actually people with comorbidities and these things like that. And Shapiro basically said, you know what, get the vaccine anyways, don't bother paying attention to those things. You're wrong, Elijah Schaffer. But it's the way that he did this, because he didn't retweet with a comment. He put up a photo, like it actually just screen capped his tweet and posted it with the comment. In other words, like to say, you're not worthy of my retweet. You're not worthy of being acknowledged by me in the full sense of that. I will not let people easily click on your actual post to get access to it. I'm just going to screenshot it, throw it up, and make a comment on it. So even the way that he's treated other conservatives has been disrespectful. The thing is that I think that him specifically, he thinks he's too good for everyone. And that's the problem that I have with all of these people that are out there right now, is that, they want everybody to kind of capitulate to what they're doing. They're only concerned about themselves, no one else. And this situation just kind of proves my point even further. I mean, this isn't new to me. Ever since I've gotten into politics, I've seen the way that he's behaved in these types of situations. I've seen the things that he said. I mean, this guy never gets censored on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. And the fact is that I don't understand why nobody's looked at this. His channel's fully monetized today, right now. Why is that probably the case when he's been out there in the biggest sense of that? I mean, I've gotten videos deleted. I don't think he's ever gotten a video deleted. And the main reason why is because he's saying everything that YouTube is perfectly fine with him saying. They're not going to talk about the election. They're not going to talk about election integrity. They're not going to talk about any of that stuff. They're not going to mention the name of anybody that they deem to be unfit for their mouth. They're not going to talk about Laura Loomer. They're not going to talk about certain congressmen and women that they don't fully align with. Unless you are in the pool of their bubble, you will be excluded. And that's the way that they see all of this stuff. If you're not in that bubble, you don't exist. They've never been censored. And the same goes for many other conservatives out there as well that are in the political commentary scene. Some of them have not been censored either. And to be honest with you, what really bothers me about all of this is that none of this is going to even matter. I mean, really, none of it's going to really matter that much. Because, the fact is that Ben Shapiro right now could say, you know what, I'm a Democrat and I hate all conservatives. And he'd still garner 50,000 people listening to his podcast. He still would do it. Because people don't care. It's more about the actual, I guess, the recognizability of his name than it is about what he's actually saying. Nobody cares what he's saying that much. Nobody cares about what he's talking about with the Demi Lovato situation in this clip. Because they're still going to eat it up. Every single thing that he does, they're going to eat it up because they don't know any better. Instead of actually trying to lift up people that are talking about the truth, that are bringing these things up, they'd rather lift up people that have been towing the same safe line for the past, 5-6 years. So it doesn't, to me, even really matter at this point either. And like I said, I still respect the guy in the general sense of, what he's done for conservatism. I'm not sitting here trying to just completely slam somebody because I can and whatever. But we have to be real here. Like, a lot of these people, if you really are concerned about big tech censorship, isn't it kind of weird that none of these people really talk about that? Isn't it kind of weird that none of them have been censored at all? I mean, pay attention to these things, because I've been saying this from day one of this show, that these people are doing something that is allowing for them to talk about big tech censorship when they want to, but never get censored themselves. I mean, the most I've heard him talk about is, we didn't get as much viewership on Facebook. I mean, what? Like, some people are having their entire Facebook pages taken down entirely. Look at Trump, like, as I reported earlier in this show. So either way, I'm not surprised by any of this stuff at all. I'm surprised at the people that are surprised by it. And more people need to be paying attention to what's going on there and the people that they're consuming content from. Who are these people? Why are they never getting censored? Why are they continuously being sucked up to in every way? Might be a good reason behind that. Maybe a pretty good reason.